Dr. Fumi is the queen of emotional intelligence. She was my boss before, and I recall her being recognized for being able to turn the most difficult situation or conflict into a seamless conversation. So no matter how people push you or push her, she doesn't budge. She just handles everything so smoothly and so calmly. So that magical power she has is why she's here today to share with us how we can navigate the stormy waters. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ma.
Emotional intelligence. I like the fact that we started the session on self-esteem. And I like also to say that you need to have a good opinion about yourself. But before you have a good opinion about yourself, you need to understand who you are. Who you are is important because you don't want anybody to tell you who you are. They don't know you as much as you know yourself. But most times we allow the opinion of others shape who we are. And I was a victim of that as well. Maybe that's why I'm able to speak on emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence, as defined by two authors of Emotional Intelligence 2.0, said is your ability to recognize and understand your emotions and your skill at using the awareness to manage yourself and your relationship with others. So you see, it starts from me, it starts from you. Manage yourself first, understand who you are, recognize the emotions. Oh, this is the time that I snap. This is the time that I lose it. This is the time that I fly off the handle. So you know that when you're at that time, what do you need to do to manage it so that you can manage the relationship with others effectively? Now, emotional intelligence, in my own simple term, is that your ability to understand, you manage the emotions in positive ways to relieve the stress, to communicate effectively, to empathize with others and overcome challenges and resolve conflicts. So Lola was saying that no matter the conflict, I'm unruffled. That's because I've been able to come to terms that, look, if I'm ruffled, if I get annoyed, if I fly off the handle, they're not likely to get my message. So I need to relieve the stress first. How do you relieve the stress? You can go into the bathroom if you're at work and everywhere is chaos, everybody is running helter-skelter. You can go into the bathroom, vent if you want to vent. You can have a rubber band around your wrist, pull it, and when it's painful, then you know that you actually need to calm down. Then you find a way to communicate with the people and overcome the challenges. That's emotional intelligence. Because somebody might be in that environment where you're flying off the handle, and the person goes with an expression that that's who you are. What if the person is the one that will give me the next job? So the person would likely say, no, I can't take Fumi because anytime she's upset, she's flying off the handle and I can't handle her. So emotional intelligence is all about managing stress management, how flexible you are, how can you tolerate stress, your self-perception, your emotional awareness, your self-regard. How do you take yourself? Do you take yourself seriously, or do you just believe that it's whatever anybody says about me, so I'll go with that expression? Your self-regard is very important, and self-expression, assertiveness, independence is also very important. Your interpersonal relationship. So can you see that there are three about yourself: your stress management, your self-perception, your self-expression? So that's still who you are. So you need to be able to understand these three things, and it allows you to function properly when you get to the interpersonal relationship. It allows you to take decision, solve problems, impulse control. So your ability to manage the stress, your perception, your expression would help you to manage your relationship with people and take a good decision. So why is it critical? Why are we talking about emotional intelligence? Why are we talking about self-esteem? Why are we talking about everything we've been talking about since Thursday? One is that, and like Vita said, that is the most important, the most useful type of intelligence, because it's the one that defines everything you achieve in life. So one is that it helps you to improve your interpersonal relationship, both personally and professionally. So amongst your siblings, amongst your family members, amongst your friends, and then at workplaces, it helps you. It also helps you to understand non-verbal cues. So you are sitting and watching people and you are trying to understand what's going on in their mind about the situation or about the discussion that we're having. It also helps you to adjust your behaviors for better relationship. Why is emotional intelligence critical now? Because it's linked to job and bottom line performance at work. So your success depends on your emotional intelligence. Your performance at work depends on your emotional intelligence. People have said that we can hire you for your skill, but we will fire you because of your attitude and your behavior. And I'm an HR practitioner, I will also do the same. In fact, there was a case I handled in one of the organizations I worked with. The person couldn't fit into the culture of the organization. The person couldn't fit into the values. And by the time we realized that and allowed the person to just leave the organization, the person walked into my office and said, I actually thought you allow people to leave or you terminate people's employment based on fraud or any other, serious and grievous offenses. And I said, oh, okay, at least now you understand that if you don't imbibe the values of the organization and if you don't work according to the culture of the organization, we'll let you go because you are not fit. So emotional intelligence is linked to your job and bottom line performance. You can be very good at what you do, very skilled, competent, but if you can't handle your behavior, your attitude, you can't work with team members, then it will affect your bottom line performance because we don't want you to be a toxic team member. What is emotional intelligence conceptually? It is about your decision making. Remember the wheel that we looked at. It's about your change, your ability to tolerate change. Things are not going your way and then you fly off the handle. It's not acceptable. Effective communication, whether it's at work, amongst friends, or amongst family members, it is also emotional intelligence. Your ability to be flexible, not being rigid and saying, no, this is how I want it done, or this is how I used to do it. This is how I want to do it. That is not emotional intelligence, and it won't take you so far. Your social skills, ability to relate with people, teamwork, your presentation skills. And by presentation, I don't mean your ability to do presentation on PowerPoint. I mean, how do you negotiate with people? So trust is also very important. Accountability is essential in emotional intelligence. All right. So you want to take a decision and own that decision and be able to explain to people, which also dovetails into your presentation skills. Anger management is essential. Stress tolerance and time management. If you can't manage your time, nobody is going to give you that respect that you desire. So part of your emotional intelligence is your ability to manage time and to be there when people need you so that you're not wasting their time. I hear a lot of African time. I don't believe it. And I don't think there's a time called African time. So emotional intelligence also requires you to manage all of these things, this tree that is growing and has several fruits. So that is the foundation for your critical skills. No matter how competent you are in your field of study, if you don't have all of these things, these soft skills called emotional intelligence, you would not be able to go far in life. So this is the model of emotional intelligence. It talks about your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and your social skills. In a way, it's just recognizing who you are and regulating what you do, how you manage yourself and how you manage the relationship. So even if you can't remember this slide, just remember emotional intelligence is all about recognizing who I am and regulating what I do. What do you use emotional intelligence skills to do? At the risk of repeating myself, know yourself. The first thing that I use emotional intelligence skills for is to know yourself, to understand others, to make better decisions, to see and seize opportunities. A lot of you that are on this mentorship journey might have seen it and said, what's that all about? I don't think it is necessary. But some of you saw it and seized the opportunity. And like Anu said earlier, you see a job and you say, I don't think it's people like me they want. People like who do they want in that kind of job? Put yourself forward. When you see an opportunity, don't let it go. Seize it. The world is going towards technology inclined, artificial intelligence, business intelligence, all of those intelligence that is there. But what are the skills that I currently have and where are the gaps? That is identifying your potentials and the ones you can develop, and then you manage situations and conversations. So this is what you use your emotional intelligence skills to do. It's not just having emotional intelligence and keeping it and saying, I have emotional intelligence. What are the strategies when you have identified all the emotional intelligence skills? Where is it leading us to? It's leading us to success. What are those strategies for leading yourself to success? One, be willing to be a follower. A lot of young people, I want to start my own business. I want to do my own things. Learn to submit to other people. Learn from them so that you can be a better teammate and a leader ultimately. Be disciplined. Your character and your self-discipline will enable you to take the right decisions, the right action, and refrain from wrong attitudes and action. Be patient. I have challenges with Gen Z. Is that what you call yourself? Or millennials now? Everybody wants to be like some of us that have been on the journey for about 25, 27 years. So are you willing to wait? I'm not saying that it has to take you that long before you get to where you're going. And that's one of the reasons why we're mentoring you, so that your journey is not too long. However, everything requires patience. There's no instant success. Find an accountability partner. This is essential in emotional intelligence. You need somebody that will be able to look you in the eye and tell you, Funmi, that whatever you did in there is not acceptable. So you need to change. And your ability to accept that feedback is also very essential. It's also an indicator that you're accountable. You're not having somebody tell you that this is what you have done and you say, please don't go there. You need to be intentional. Have a growth plan for your life, for your career, for your business. In the next 6 months, what do I need to learn? In the next 1 year or 2 years, where do I need to be? So be intentional and also be an intentional learner. Have an agenda to improve yourself, either on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. Read something. Just move yourself closer to reaching your potential. Invest in yourself. Don't invest in gold for now. You are young people. Yeah, so I found this quote recently. It said, the secret to a happy, healthy adulthood is learning early to deal with disappointments and developing character traits. Disappointments will come. Life would happen. But when you want to have a happy, healthy adulthood, learn to deal with this disappointment, learn to develop character traits, and which is persistence, curiosity, conscientiousness, optimism, and self-control, so that you'll be able to surmount it. And I'm going to leave you with some books on emotional intelligence that you can read. I can confidently say that I have read 3 of this out of the 5. So it will help you in your journey. The Self-Aware Leader, Emotional Intelligence 2.0. The others were by Daniel Goleman, one man who says emotional intelligence, why it can matter more than your intelligence quotient. Working with emotional intelligence. So all these books would help you. If you find it, they're not very expensive. Some are 3,525, thereabouts. Some are 4,000. So you can invest in this, and then it will take you to your journey to success. Thank you very much, and I'm open to questions.
Okay, we're sending our virtual claps through the chat box. Virtual claps.
Thank you.
Thumbs up, love through the chat box. Thank you so much, ma'am.